What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they're out of both Brooklyn and Rochester, New York, and this is their Raspberry Frozen Swirl Crunchee. So they're calling this one, wait for it, an Imperial Raspberry Frozen Swirl Granola Berliner Weisse that is brewed with raspberries, toasted coconut, vanilla, maple syrup, cinnamon, almonds, yogurt, and lactose. Comes in at 7.4% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 2 months old. Now I want to give another huge thanks and shout out to a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Dan, for hooking me up with this one. Thank you very much, buddy. I'll post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Dan sent my way. He sent me, I believe it was 4 different Other Half beers, including 2 crunchies, and both of the crunchies are 2 crunchies I wanted to try, didn't get my hands on. It was the pumpkin spice crunchie and this one, the raspberry frozen swirl. So I had the raspberry crunchie before, still probably my favorite crunchie to date, maybe tied with the mixed berry, but that was delicious. So when I saw this one, I was like, yeah. They I think only difference between that, the base raspberry crunchie, and this one is the addition of yogurt, but yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this one. Now, I've seen some friends on Tap say this one's a bit too sweet, like crazy sweet. And I don't think maybe, I want to say Dan liked this one, but wasn't like blown away by it. I can't remember, Dan. Let me know in the comments. I guess I could just go look at your Untapped check-in after I review this. But pretty sure Dan wasn't like completely blown away by it, but there's a lot of people that really enjoyed it. And yeah, I like the raspberry one. So will the addition of yogurt change my mind as far as how much I enjoy this one? I don't know. We'll see. So let's give it a pour here. Oh, yeah. Looking like raspberry juice, baby. Nothing roll with all the thing comes out of nowhere, baby. Friday night, leather strap match. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Anyway, yeah, that looks like, raspberry juice. Has this really nice, it has basically a reddish orange tone to it, but it looks like definitely raspberry juice. Has about a half finger of an off-white head that is dissipating to a thin film, but yeah, that looks nice. Let's get a nose. It smells fucking dynamite. Why? Because the Crunchee series is fantastic. That's why. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but no, seriously. Yeah, raspberries, the granola you get, vanilla for sure. Not really picking up cinnamon. The one thing about the Crunchee series for me, there's only a few beers, and there's been a couple that I struggle to get the cinnamon. Pretty much all of them, actually. I think maybe one I picked out the cinnamon. This one, again, cinnamon lost. Almonds lost, but toasted coconut, sure. Vanilla, yes. Maple syrup, sure. But this just has like a really sweet vanilla, like raspberry tone to it. There's a little bit of tartness in here. The one thing about the Crunch series, a lot of times the base Imperial Berliner Weisse gets lost. You might get a slight kiss, nuanced kind of tartness, but for the most part, it's just like, fucking pastry beer, right? Raspberries for days. This smells fucking dynamite. Let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Dan. Fuck off. Fuck off. It's fucking delicious. Damn, it's fucking delicious. I don't understand. Raspberries, granola, vanilla, maple syrup, a little bit of nuttiness, so I'll say almonds. Cinnamon, not really there. Maybe that's the dryness on the back. 7.4%, I can't tell. Body on this one, medium to higher side of medium, appropriate. Mouthfeel. The last couple crunchies I had aren't as soft, smooth, and creamy as the first batches, like the raspberry had. What was the other one? One of the other ones I had, one of the first ones. It had more creamy kind of sensation to it. This one's a little bit more carbonated. I love this series. I love it. I love it. I do. It's a great series. Is it sweet? Yeah, it's fucking sweet. Do I get the base Imperial Berliner Weisse to this one? Very slight. Very slight. Kiss of tartness midway through the palate. But right up front is all that raspberry, the granola kind of sensation. Midway through the palate, the vanilla hits. And a little bit of nuttiness. And that tartness from the Berliner Weisse kind of hits mid-palate. As it finishes, huge residual sweetness. Might be too sweet for some. Not cloying for me, but I could see how it is. There's a little bit of dryness from the cinnamon. I think it's from the cinnamon, maybe from the almonds too, like the nuttiness. Very slight drying sensation. I'm going to drink the rest of this can and enjoy every second of it. Yeah, there's not much more to say. If you like raspberries, you like granola, and you like this series, I can't see how you wouldn't like this one, unless it's too sweet to your palate. To me, one thing I've noticed over the last couple of years is there are some beers that are just way too sweet to my palate. They become cloying. They become like, I want to drink to 4 to 6 ounces of that, and that's it. I can drink an entire can. I could probably drink a couple cans of this, and I'd be feeling good, 7.4%. And it's not too sweet for me. There are a couple in the series. I think the chocolate cherry crunchy was pretty sweet, but this one is just not too sweet. I thought it was going to be sweet because, again, I saw some Untapped check-ins. A couple friends were like, I like the raspberry one, but this one's just a bit too sweet. I don't think this is much sweeter than the base for me. It might not be as good, though, because I was blown away by the raspberry one. This is close to that, but now that I've had so many crunchies, maybe this isn't hitting me right in the same feels as I did with the original one, but it's still fucking just absolutely divine. So rating on the Raspberry Frozen Swirl Crunchee from Other Half, low 4.75 out of 5, 4.7 out of 5. This is, for me, fucking what the Crunchee series kind of is. This is, if you're going to tell me there's a Crunchee, this is the quality, this is the taste, this is the enjoyment level that I expect from a Crunchee. And yeah, it's not too sweet for me. Again, the only kind of negative to this beer is that the tartness isn't as big as I would like for an Imperial Berliner Weisse. But at the same time, it really doesn't bother me, because I think if you did have more of a straight-on, firmly tart beer to a approaching low sourness, I think it would break up the monotony of the sweetness for a lot of people who said this is too sweet. So I could see how maybe a lot of people are just like, listen, I only want like, a quarter of that can and that's it. For me though, I don't think it's that sweet, and I'm going to drink the rest of this can. I'm going to enjoy every second of it. And thank you very much again, Dan, for this beer. This is just, between this and the Pumpkin Spice Crunchee, I fucking love both of them. And yeah, I can't thank you enough for sending these my way. Even at the 2-month mark, and the Pumpkin Spice one was like around 3 months old. They're both drinking so well that if you still have cans of these or you can get your hands on them, totally do. Price and availability, typically brewery only for Other Half stuff. Sometimes they do mobile canning releases, or they get some slight distributions into some bottle shops that like hand deliver them. In the Western New York area, it's brewed and bottled, and Aurora Brew Works, although brewed and bottled shut down now for a little bit. I think they're coming back in the early spring, and Aurora Brew Works definitely every other week or so is getting their hands on Other Half stuff. So yeah, if they release this one again and you like raspberries and you like this series, or you want to try the series, I would highly recommend it. Price point, $22 4-pack. I'd pay that all the time. This is $22 4-pack good for me. Probably $24 a 4-pack good. It's awesome. So once again, thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. If you've had this one before, definitely let me know what you think about it. I know there's a lot of viewers of my channel specifically that drink Other Half and have subscribed to my channel because of Other Half. So if you're one of those people, let me know if you've had this one and what you think about it, because I'd have to say that for me, I really like it. It's not as good as the regular raspberry, but I don't think it's too sweet or too over the top or too much for a Crunchee series beer. I think it's fantastic. So thanks again, Dan. I cannot thank you enough for you sending me all these great beers, and appreciate everybody stopping by. Till the next one. Cheers. I think I said 7.4%. Really can't tell. I fucking can't tell. Maybe by the end of that can, I'll be able to tell. You know what I mean? Cheers.